I wanted to do a quick demonstration here of a new piece of kit. This is the Origin Effects Revivaldrive. It is basically an amp in a box. It has all of the classic vintage amps sets in it. It is amazing. I'm blown away by this piece of kit. It absolutely nails all of the Marshall tones and the Fender tones. It's got two channels on it here. It's got a valve rectifier and a silicon rectifier. There's about 40 different controls on this thing. It is stunning. What I've got it set on at the moment is an AC30 setting. I've done a very quick demo to show you what a standard Fender Deluxe amp, the sort of straightforward backline amp that people would have if you walked into a club and you had to take over an amp that you hadn't used before. This is a very generic amp. You set it to clean, so just on the clean setting, so it's a generic sound, and then the amp does all the Revivaldrive does all of the rest. So it's a very clean setting to start with. This demonstration is against a Cat AC30, which has been heavily modified, so it's a slightly unfair demonstration because that is a very overdriven amp, much more so than a standard AC30. But I think this sounds really close to an AC30 sound. It's very, very impressive. So I just thought you might be interested to see this and hear it. This is a really interesting piece of kit. You should check it out. It's definitely worth looking at if you don't have AC30s and you want to try and get the Brian May sound. I'm also doing this without a treble booster. This is just the amp, the guitar straight into the box, no treble booster. This is the AC30 that they have set in the manual. You get a little manual with a number of different setting suggestions in. Different examples like this. Here's the Clapton Beanie tone. There's the AC30. This is a We Are the Champions setting. There's a few in there, but it's mainly driven for the Marshall and the Fender amps. Lots to play around with, and I haven't anywhere near mastered this yet. So long as you use the appropriate guitar, so if you're trying to collect the Clapton Beanie tone, you need a Les Paul. This is kind of, or at least you need a humbucker. This is kind of probably the most amazing pedal I've ever seen. It is expensive. It's £500 or so. But it saves you having to buy, let's say you're a session player, 4 or 5 different amps. Really good. Anyway, check it out and see what you think. I've put 2 demonstrations here. It's not totally identical. I haven't been able to set it exactly yet in like the Cat amp, but I think I've got very, very close to a standard AC30. So anyway, see what you think.